Bob and Lori Hollander here with another weekly relationship recharge.
Today we're going to talk about making communication less difficult. And Bob and I thought we would share one of our examples with you because this just happened. And I went to drop my car off at a collision shop and instructed Bob exactly where to pick me up. I told him to go down the driveway and go all the way to the back.
Oh, wait, one second. Let's just get this clear. You said go to the back of the building. You didn't say back. Maybe in your mind.
I said
no.
back.
I didn't hear three backs. I heard one back. And then you could have said, if there was another building in back there, you could have just said, go to the second building, the building in back. But when you say back, I'm thinking back of the building. Anybody would think that.
I said back 3 times just to clarify
I don't remember that.
It.
Oh, forget it.
Okay. Now that was a good example of what we should not do. And that might have happened in the old days.
Yeah, I was kind of reminiscing a little bit. It was kind of nice, actually, when our kids were small. We had them around.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's actually, we don't do it as good as we used to, but there's traces of it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, since that was what, 20 years back then. Okay, let's analyze that.
Okay. What happened here was I was waiting for Bob to pick me up, thinking that I had given him exact instructions because Bob has ADD and I wanted to be very clear about where he should pick me up. So I used the word back 3 times so he would know to go all the way to the back. So I'm assuming he's going to come in a few minutes and pick me up. Well, I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, and sure enough, all this time's going by, and then I see him coming down the driveway, but he stops. And I was getting angry, but remembering that I'm a relationship therapist and I practice good communication skills, so I was working hard on not blaming him.
Yes, you're working very hard. Now, obviously, you look very, very annoyed. And a long time ago, you would have been more than annoyed, super annoyed. But you're very, very annoyed. And actually, the fact that you weren't super annoyed helped me realize that what was going on, the dynamic. And I knew that you would be annoyed, and we would talk about it. But it was, but I was prepared for it.
Yeah. So this was how our conversation went. I get in the car. I was annoyed, but I wasn't like really angry.
Which was very helpful because I would have put up another. You had like a wall, and I would put up another wall. 2 walls.
Right.
They're not good when it comes to communication.
That's right, because it's attack and defend. But in the proper way, I got in the car and said, Bob, I thought I told you to go to the back, and I don't understand why you didn't find me sooner.
You know, when I heard you say that, I actually didn't hear back. And actually, when I spoke with you, in my mind, it formed an idea as to where I was going, and it's almost like that was my point of departure. I was going to go to the back of the building. So you said back, and I formed this thing in my mind.
Okay.
And so, I mean, you still might be annoyed.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, shouldn't she know me by now? Okay.
Right. And I was thinking I should know him by now.
Right.
And I really was thinking that and thinking this is a little thing and just let it go.
And I put her through 20 years of this, and I felt she's really, really trying. But there is no ending with, you know, who's right or who's wrong. Who could play it back, or who's going to have the evidence to find that out anyway? And all you're really doing is labeling and not getting to the discussion that we just had. So I guess the thing is there's communication that was off, but the second stage is the communication about miscommunication. And that's where people get hung up. Of course people are going to miscommunicate. Okay. But the question is, how do you handle that? Right. Don't end in labeling. Labeling stops the discourse.
And don't get into attack and defend, because that gets you nowhere except more angry and escalates things. So our tip for today is, when you have any kind of disagreement with your partner, come back and talk about it when you're calm and explain your perception. The other person explains their perception, and that's the end of it.
It's
Okay?
all at the table. You understand it. Remember, as understanding grows, blame diminishes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.